Yeah. Oh, entertainment news. Got it. Let's go over to. I know that. Oh, fans mark 36th anniversary of The Exorcist 3. I I've never watched any of the Exorcist movies. Yeah. Oh, this I found this like yeah. I don't know how many of you already heard. Hayden Panettiere. She played Claire Bennett on Heroes and did a lot of voice acting. She she died apparent was it yesterday? Yesterday or the day before, and she was 36, and there's still a lot of talk going on that apparently the police have already ruled out foul play, which I don't. Yeah, but I've also heard the autopsy is not 100% finished yet, so I don't know you can say that. You should say that. It is also mentioning potential overdose, which, yeah, I had heard the talk that she had substance abuse issues, so that could be real. Still, though, it's weird seeing people younger than me just up and die one day. So, like I said, there was either way, whatever it was, there were a lot of things that led up to it. Oh, Side Scroll is talking about it now. I'll have to watch that video later. Monday motivation. Well, let's look at some motivational things. Exercise, yeah. What game is this? I do not know what game it is. Okay. Oh, little puppy! Little cute. Ooh, yeah. Is that Clydesdale? Looks rather. Yeah, 'cause like you see, yeah, the hair down here like, but they look. Maybe it's a young Clydesdale. I thought they would. Yeah, they're bulkier, but yeah. Love horses. Does it say? No, it just says clubs. Don't let the baby sleep. You're not okay. Yeah. Okay. I do not have electric guitar. I have my aunt's old manual guitar. Okay, well that's yeah. Hello Kitty. I like Hello Kitty. Okay. What else is Twitter news saying? Anything? No. GitHub? Come on, GitHub. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Uh, uh, cool. I gotta look into that. Uh, exactly. What is okay? WinRAR. I know WinRAR. I remember that. Uh, okay. You have to manually code. Okay. Fun fact. Like doing websites and stuff back in the day when you could have free websites. Yeah. I did HTML by hand. I did it manually because I'm old school. California teacher investigates for militia and robbery threats. Um. Oh, birthday tributes honor David Crockett on 240th anniversary. Mm. Yeah, I mean militia. Yeah, I know people think of like the LA, big city California people. Don't think of militia, but there are a lot of small towns in California too. Oh, a woman? Oh, okay. So she was doing it to fight oh, okay. And to rob, oh, okay, okay. Look at the size of that septum piercing. Yeah, okay, moving on. I don't like giving people, certain people, chances when they're just interested in causing mayhem. No. No, 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 no. If you want to cause harm and chaos, no, I'm not interested. Hmm. See. I don't need like. Okay, what's. Does it toasty? Come on. Where the mouse is being rude. Prison experiment live streamed? No, I don't know. Oh, this is a guy in France. Oh, that's also really upsetting. Yeah, things have changed over the years and for the better. Here, hey, what's going on? Well, let's just see what this. I'm really sick about hearing about Hassan, but maybe this will be good news.
Surrendering is where I
don't
find
know.
the joy.
We'll find out.
Enter your glow zone.
Methany, huh?
What's this brand?
Aldi brand. These parts we don't pay big brand.
For years, Twitch streamer Hassan Piker has been getting propped up by the corporate press. Like this article, for example, where they talked about how young men have gone MAGA. Can the left win them back? And they turned to Twitch streamer Hassan Piker writing stuff that really just comes off like fan fiction. You've probably seen this stuff before. Like I said, this has been going on for years at this point.
Yeah, come
I
on.
also got this little graphic. I guess that's supposed to be Hassan, and I have no idea who the guy on the right's supposed to be. But yeah, real creative stuff here. they got the hammer and sickle on the hand too. I love the rainbow ACAB necklace. Yeah, dude. I don't know how I would survive if my 35-year-old streamer wasn't wearing a rainbow ACAB necklace. That's exactly what we need. Don't worry, we're done with the corporate fluff pieces. We're done with the fanfics. Now we're here with Hassan himself, the man himself. Why did we open with the journalist stuff though? Well, because it looks like Hassan and his buddies, they've given up on trying to capture young men. This is the new strategy. So at 8:58 a.m. on August 15th, this account, Hasanabi Productions fan account, that just the entire thing is just glazing Hassan, just like the corporate press. You've also got this Twitter account. And this is not like a single one-off thing. There's like a dozen or so accounts on Twitter where their entire presence is literally trying to prop Hassan up, like nonstop glaze accounts. Very strange thing. But let's take a look at this one in particular. It says, older people are now discovering Hassan because of all the pearl clutching from the mainstream media. Turns out they like what he has to say. So I had to instantly clock this. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. They failed that strategy that they were trying for years of trying to capture young men as an audience. That didn't work. Now they're like, hey, maybe we can go after people that are age 50 and up. So let's take a look at these comments in this compilation. 65-year-old man here. I listen to Hassan and like what he says. Schumer, Jeffries, and the corporate Democrats are bought and paid for. We need young, fresh representation. Because he's galvanizing millions. I'm a 50-year-old grandma, and even I follow and listen to what he's saying. He's super intelligent and has empathy and is an excellent messenger.
Okay, that sounds totally AI to me, by the way.
Yeah, but never ask what Hassan said to that North Vietnamese refugee who was an older woman that had the audacity to criticize communism, and this made the dude go rabid. He said some of like the trashiest, most like classless stuff he could possibly say, trying to insult her. But yeah, a lot of empathy and intelligence, by the way. 50-year-old white suburban mom here who decided to check out Hassan Piker after Sarah Longwell and Third Way went after him. I now listen to him daily and have mentioned him to people in my real life. Watching the establishment meltdown is wild. Checked out Piker because of all the hoopla. I found him very entertaining and informative, and not scary in the least. 63-year-old from Florida. Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
supposed to believe that these comments are legit. The same guy who's been artificially propped up by the corporate press and others, and has whole damage control being ran for him over the Kaya incident. Nearly a year later, they're still trying to run damage control for him. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I'm supposed to believe these are super legit comments, though. Now, you may have noticed I actually skipped
No.
a few of them, and that's because a few of them didn't actually mention their age at all, which completely goes against the premise of the tweet, right? It's supposed to be about an older demographic finding Hassan to be appealing. Again, totally legit, by the way. But you can clearly see they're trying to present him as like this anti-establishment sort of guy. And it's like, sure, Hassan is further left than your typical establishment Democrat, but he's still a part of the establishment. He's just on a different section of it. Even like a week ago, Hassan had the corporate press journalist from the Rolling Stone over at his house, it looks like, for this photo op that they tried to do. But yeah,
Jeez.
guys, real anti-establishment figure here, working along with the Rolling Stone and the other corporate journalists. Let me point something else out that's really weird here. So, on this Hassan account, this fan account that posted the compilation we took a look at, you might notice that the top left image says comments by members. Now, I'm not 100% sure about this. I've never tested this out, but I think you can only sort by member comments if you're the owner of the channel. Meaning it looks like Hassan sent images to this account to just make this fluff tweet, right? Isn't that what it looks like? Or someone has access to Hassan's account. Maybe it's shared with his team of corpos, and they're like, "Hey, put this together, and try to make it look legit." And they didn't crop out the comments by member section there. This one too, it probably shouldn't have a members option. I think they forgot to crop these out. That's what it comes off like to me. Again, I'm not saying 100% though, because I've never tried to do something like that myself, but that very well may be what's going on here. So the compilation tweet gets posted at 8:58 a.m. on August 15th. And then 20 minutes later, now at 9:18 a.m. on August 15th, the main Hassan account quote tweets the fluff compilation and says, "Suit meta is working," and posts this picture to go
No, it's
along with
not.
it. Now let's take a look at some public reception to the "Suit meta is working" tweet, and then also to the compilation tweet as well. Let's see what people are saying about this. Just scrolling down. Okay, that's pretty gross. That's, yeah. Dude, what? It's another, the top, dude, your top two responses is someone swapping you out with a cockroach head.
This is how you can uncover all the secrets of your family
Stupid
that no one
ads.
ever told you.
There is a platform where you can search.
And this.
Okay, yeah, the little head. The little Hassan head there. Just a minute. Here, watch me down in the corner. There. I can do that too. Okay.
Wonderful stuff. You got Mao and LMAO. You have another one of these. What is?
There
What
it
are
goes
these
again.
pictures? Hello, I'm Hassan. Did they give him like one of those twirly hats? Like, what's going on with the hair? Is that a hat? Is that the hair? I don't even know. You got the Sam Hyde thing still. Another Mao one. Are all the comments mocking him? All the comments are mocking him. How do you get 23,000 likes on a tweet, and then there's like 1.2k replies, and they're all mocking him? Like, literally, I just scrolled so much. I just randomly scrolled down a whole lot just to see like if we could find some comments that are glazing him near the bottom. Let's take a look at what popped up. You can't share data from fan accounts and say it's working. Yeah. I'm glad you're trying to look professional, but the fit's bad. You need to tailor that stuff and learn to tie a proper Windsor. It's rough looking. You look like a child that found dad's clothes. I'll do it again. We'll just randomly scroll down. Let's see what pops up. Dude, what? The cost of that suit could feed poor children. Since you are a millionaire, when are you going to redistribute your wealth? Is Eat the Rich only for billionaires? Asking for all of us. Dude, it actually just goes on and on. There, I can't find a single comment that's actually like supporting him, that's actually glazing him. It's literally endless. There's like, as mentioned, 1,200 responses here. It looks like they're all negative. Well, maybe that was a coincidence. Maybe things will be different on the compilation fluff tweet. Let's check out the responses here. Again, this is where you apparently have some very legit 50 and 60-year-olds who love Hassan and are getting totally legit upvotes on his channel about this. Comments reading, in no particular order, just scrolling. These are Piker fans LARPing as old people, LMFAO. Look at those profile pics. Looks like they tried to wipe out the profile pics too. That's also suspicious, by the way. I mean, even wiping out usernames in the YouTube comment section is like a weird thing to do. And then, yeah, somewhat wiping out the profile pics as well. Weird, suspicious. Superb LARP, the HIDF is done here. Very not astroturfed. I'm glad they stated they were 50 before posting, or the exact way they discovered him, so it's like super convincing. Yeah, it's definitely a weird look, but that was a fun one to cover. I hope you enjoyed the latest. Let me know what you think about that stuff. Have a great rest of your Sunday, and a wonderful week up ahead. I'll see you in the next one.
Now, could they actually? Yes, again, I have. Yeah, I thought of it. I don't know. Yeah, I know. I don't want to give YouTube money until they get their act together. And they just recently made it harder to become monetized. They doubled the requirements. Ooh, excuse me. Sorry. And I will say, could there be older people watching Hassan? Yes. Idiocy is not bound by age. I just want to specify that. Also doing an ad blocker then to find more stuff. Okay. Karen learns the hard way after punching. Ooh, 10 historic blizzards and winter storms. You guys want to watch that one? Does winter sound good to any of you right now? I know it would like take a lot of time, but seems nice. I like snow and ice cream. Let's see. I'm curious. I doubt the one I was in will be mentioned. It wasn't that historic, but we'll see. And Purple Fire Lightning Storm also seems interesting.
Lights on.
I didn't understand you.
Warning.
Hello.
Instead of building new ways for machines to talk,
Blizzards and winter storms in general are underrated. Tornadoes and hurricanes, they get all the attention, but massive winter storms, they can be just as dangerous and deadly, if not even more deadly than your more popular, more talked about natural disasters. Several blizzards and winter storms throughout the past few centuries have had crippling effects on large portions of the United States, stopping traffic, taking out electrical grids, shutting down cities in some cases for weeks. And we're going to be discussing some of the worst of these blizzards and winter storms. In fact, we'll be going over 10 significant winter weather events in today's video. Keep in mind, it's not all about snow accumulation. I know people love to talk about 50 inches, 60, 80, 100 inches of snow, and we are going to talk about that. But we're also talking about events that featured frigid temperatures, high winds, whiteout conditions, and other wintry things. Anyway, let's get on to the first event on our list, number 10.
I had nothing to do with this
2011
one.
was a terrible year for weather as it featured several deadly tornado outbreaks, including the April 27th super outbreak. But 2011 was also a pretty active winter for many. In fact, one particular winter storm turned blizzard claimed 40 lives. I'm of course talking about the Groundhog Day blizzard that occurred from January 31st through February 2nd. This winter storm had quite the impact on a large portion of the United States, including states as far south as Texas and New Mexico, up through Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, Iowa, Wisconsin, and Illinois. Major cities within these states were shut down for days. For example, it's estimated that over 20 inches fell on the city of Chicago and its surrounding suburbs. The highest accumulation of snow was measured in Annatoch, Illinois at 27 inches. On top of the heavy snowfall, there were also wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour.
Well, it's really, really windy out here this morning, and that's what's making this so treacherous. The blowing snow, the blowing wind. It's nearly a whiteout condition when you hit.
Take a look at this satellite imagery taken just after the event. The Midwest is kind of looking like the planet of Hoth in this image. By the way, it wasn't just the Midwest that was affected. Portions of New England and Canada were also struck by this blizzard. Connecticut, for example, received 10 inches of snow. Ice accumulation was a major problem for the Northeast, especially in New York and Pennsylvania. Check out this satellite time-lapse of the storm tearing across the United States. Definitely a major storm system. Most of the fatalities were the result of car accidents or heart attacks caused by shoveling snow, although there were a few cases of people who perished due to exposure and hypothermia. In the end, the 2011 Groundhog Day blizzard caused major problems from New Mexico all the way up to Nova Scotia, Canada, and it remains one of the worst winter storms in recent memory. Moving on to number 9. Next up on the list is another, kind of recent Category 5 blizzard, and that is the Great Blizzard of 1996. This blizzard was caused by a nor'easter slamming into the eastern United States from January 6th through January 10th.
Good evening, I'm Bill Butel. The snow has stopped falling, but it's going to be a very long time indeed before we can forget the power and the fury of the blizzard of 96. New York and New Jersey are still under states of emergency, and we have a lot of information to bring to you tonight.
Now, if you live in New England or the East Coast, you've probably heard the term nor'easter, but many of us, including me, never heard that term growing up because, well, we didn't live in the Northeast.
Oh, yeah, I think I learned of nor'easters from old episodes of Murder, She Wrote. That's where I learned it, and I've said I want to move to New Hampshire which I know could get them and could also get ice storms. But yeah, winter, yeah, I grew up in places with real winters, so that don't bother me. You just have enough supplies for living so far from town for 20 years, 20 to 22 years or whatever. I'll have to think. You always have at least a month's supply of groceries and stuff on hand. So winter storms aren't that big of a deal. And firewood, always a wood stove. My ideal house would also have a wood cook stove, not just a wood stove. Especially because I'm cold-blooded and I wouldn't need it that hot. 60s is fine for me. But yeah, let's quit interrupting for a while.
So what is a nor'easter, you might be wondering? Well, a nor'easter is short for northeast. It's not called a nor'easter because they occur frequently in the northeast. The name actually comes from the wind direction. So during these events, the winds are actually coming from the northeast. These high winds are caused by an area of low pressure moving off the east coast. Now, some call nor'easters winter hurricanes because, well, they kind of look like hurricanes. And on rare occasions, they even form an eye. Here's a picture of a nor'easter off the coast of New York in 2018. And you can definitely see the hurricane-like aspects of it. That's because both hurricanes and nor'easters are cyclones, which is a blanket term for numerous types of low-pressure systems. Anyway, the big picture is that they are both crazy weather events and they can be very dangerous and very deadly. The Great Blizzard of 1996, for example, caused a staggering 154 fatalities. The most heavily impacted states were Virginia, West Virginia, New Jersey, Connecticut, Maryland, Rhode Island, and New York. The max snow accumulation was measured at 48 inches in West Virginia. Washington, D.C., Philadelphia, New York City, and Boston all saw up to 30 inches of snow, which essentially paralyzed these cities. Most of the fatalities occurred in Virginia, Maryland, and Pennsylvania. A large amount of deaths came from heart attacks shoveling snow. So people don't really realize this, but if you're out there in the cold air and you're in a hurry and you're going to town shoveling snow, you can easily overexert yourself and suffer from a heart attack. So just be sure to be safe. Be sure to get like your son to shovel the driveway. You don't need to be doing that. Go back inside. A very similar nor'easter impacted the same area in 2016. In fact, this is the last Category 5 blizzard as of the making of this video.
Oh.
Now, 1978 was a terrible year for winter weather. So was 1977 and so was 1979. But 1978 in particular was pretty bad because it features two entries on today's list. The first 1978 blizzard that we are discussing is the February 5th through 7th northeastern U.S. blizzard, aka the Blizzard of 78. This blizzard was caused by a nor'easter that impacted New England, most heavily impacting the states of Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts. Peak snow accumulation was measured at 28 inches in several communities in Massachusetts, including a record 27 inches measured in the city of Boston. Wind gusts were as strong as 111 miles per hour, making it one of the more powerful windstorm blizzards on today's list. It's almost like a little blizzard hurricane. There was even an observed eye within the cyclone. See that little eye right there? Pretty rare for a nor'easter. So do you remember when Hurricane Harvey sat on Houston and just poured rain on the city for days, causing massive flooding? That kind of happened with this nor'easter. It was a very slow moving storm, and in some areas, snow fell for over 30 hours. Typically, nor'easters only drop snow for 6 to 10 hours. There were even some moments where there were 5 inches of snow falling per hour. The winter storm was...
Yeah, I don't know if inversion layer is the technical term to apply to this, but inversion layers just make the condition stay there and stay there and stay there. There was some, oh, what was it? Some monsoon hurricane cyclone thing in South America that lasted for weeks. Let me just look. Take a moment. If, if it mentions that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is now I'm talking about. Okay. Okay, where was it? Okay, let me just actually type in hurricane. Then it's not doing that. But yeah. See, is it trapping pollutants or limiting cloud and storm development? If that was the right term. Law. See. So inversion layer might not have been the right term. But where was it? Because there was one. Okay. Well, let's go. Yeah. Is that where it was? Where I know what happened. You know what happened? Saw the documentary thing lots of times about it. Ah. 4 through 6. No, because it last. Okay, it was December. Okay, that's 18. No, it's more recent. But you see, this one lasted for over a week. And that was okay. 20th century, yes. Where was the date? Look at the dates. Huh. So there was one that lasted quite a while. Where was it? Or maybe it wasn't even technically a hurricane, it was a storm. Okay, well, I will just keep looking at my phone while watching the video so I won't distract more.
So intense at times that it featured the rare winter phenomena of thunder snow, aka lightning during a snowstorm. See this situation? You do not want to be in this situation. Sometimes if you're in this situation, by the way, snow can pile up so quickly that it blocks your tail exhaust pipe, leading to poisonous gas inside your car. In fact, 14 people unfortunately died on Interstate 95 from snow blocking their tailpipes during the blizzard of '78. Parts of Massachusetts were at a complete standstill for over a week. Cars were even banned, so many had to ski around just to get to places or use snowmobiles. In the end, most of the fatalities were from homes caving in, fallen electrical wires, or simply because a person got stuck and disoriented out in the blizzard and died of exposure. Moving on to number 7.
Okay, yeah, because that's what hypothermia does. It confuses you mentally. If you ever hear of people with hypothermia being found without clothes, it's because the hypothermia confused their brains.
But before we get to that, a quick word from today's video sponsor, Manscaped. Gentlemen, it's officially 2025 and you cannot be heading into the new year looking and feeling scruffy and unkept. You need to start the year off fresh, clean, and confident with the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra from Manscaped. Featuring the tried and true Lawnmower 5.0, the perfect all-in-one male grooming trimmer, capable of maintaining all the areas, including those sensitive areas, as the Lawnmower 5.0 features skin-safe technology. It's rechargeable with a lithium-ion battery and waterproof, so bring it in the shower for easy cleanup. It comes with 2 attachments, a trimmer blade for that precision, and a foil blade for that super close cut. But that's not all. The Manscaped Performance Package 5.0 Ultra also features the Weed Whacker 2.0 nose and ear trimmer. Do you have a pesky hair embedded somewhere? Get it with the Weed Whacker 2.0. Also, you can say goodbye to razor burn and itching with the included Crop Soother Ball Aftershave Lotion. And don't forget the Crop Preserver, an anti-chafing deodorant quick absorbing lotion with soothing aloe vera. That's 4 items all within the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, but there's even more. This package also comes with 2 free gifts: the Boxers 2.0 and the Shed 2.0 travel bag. Get 20% off right now, plus free international shipping, plus the 2 free gifts at manscaped.com using promo code SWIGGLE. That's 20% off at manscaped.com using promo code SWIGGLE. You can also check the link in the description. Thank you so much to Manscaped for sponsoring the channel.
LinkedIn Hiring Pro helps you find candidates who are 30% more likely to stay for at least a year.
So the next blizzard on today's list isn't focused on like a large area, but it's actually focused on a specific city, and that is the 1967 Chicago blizzard that occurred on January 26th into January 27th in 1967.
The windy city of Chicago is white as well as windy, battered by a furious winter storm which dumped 2 feet of snow across the Midwest. 68 deaths were traced to the blizzard. 10-foot drifts were a common sight after the 29-hour snowfall which brought this giant city to a standstill.
To this day, it is the worst blizzard to have ever impacted the city, with peak snow accumulation of over 20 inches. Now, the snow total might seem low compared to other entries throughout the video, but you gotta remember, this was a full-blown blizzard with whiteout conditions and sustained wind speeds of over 50 miles per hour. The crazy high winds caused massive snow drifts upwards of 20 feet high. It also started in the middle of the day when people were at work or at school, so people got stuck wherever they were. In fact, there were over 50,000 abandoned vehicles throughout the streets of Chicago. Some people were stuck in their cars for several days and they had to seek shelter in nearby stores. Overall, there were 60 fatalities and it took 3 weeks to plow the streets. Truly a wild event for that city, and it's definitely established itself within Chicago lore with other events such as the Chicago Fire of 1871. So number 6 is the other blizzard from that awful year of 1978, and that is the Great Blizzard of 1978, aka the Cleveland Super Bomb. This storm actually occurred before the other blizzard of that year. It occurred from January 24th to January 29th over the Ohio River Valley and the Great Lakes. The states that were most heavily impacted by the blizzard were Indiana, Illinois, Wisconsin, Kentucky, and especially Ohio and Michigan, which both saw snow accumulations in the 40-inch plus range. Over 100,000 cars were abandoned throughout Michigan. Overall, 90 people would perish during the Great Blizzard of '78, with 50 deaths occurring in Ohio alone. The frigid temperatures proved to be the deadliest aspect of the winter storm, as 52 deaths were caused by negative 60-degree wind chills. The remaining fatalities were caused by car accidents and, again, heart attacks from shoveling snow. Now, this particular blizzard might not seem as bad as some of the others on today's list, But by the numbers, it's actually one of the most powerful weather events to ever impact the United States, with barometric pressure readings as low as 956 millibars. In fact, this blizzard produced the second lowest atmospheric pressure ever recorded over the continuous United States for a non-tropical storm. And for that reason, it makes today's list. But now we move on to number 5.
Ooh, 1913. Whoa, look at those.
Next up with number 5 is the Great Lakes Storm of 1913. To this day, this event is considered to be the worst natural disaster to ever impact the Great Lakes region, with an estimated death toll of over 250. The initial phases of the storm formed on November 6th and would last until November 10th. Essentially, this was like a mega winter hurricane blizzard on top of the Great Lakes. Just FYI, natural disasters and being on a boat on water, it's not a good scenario. You don't want to be in that scenario. During this event, a ton of boats were out on the lake because, they were doing trading and shipping and all that stuff that people do. And all of a sudden, out of nowhere, this winter storm hit, and there were whiteout conditions, snow squalls, super high winds creating massive 35-foot waves. It was a recipe for disaster, and a disaster it was. This massive winter storm caused hundreds of shipwrecks. In fact, every single Great Lake reported to have at least one major shipwreck. There's an entire list of shipwrecks from this event on Wikipedia. The ships that saw the highest death toll were the Isaac M. Scott, Charles S. Price, John A. McGean, and the SS Argus. The sinking of all these ships claimed 28 lives each. Some of these ships weren't even discovered until recently, and some haven't even been discovered to this day. Of course, it wasn't just the lake that saw terrible conditions. There was a lot of damage on land as well. The city of Cleveland, for example, received over 20 inches of snow, taking out all the power and paralyzing the city for over a week. The Great Lakes Storm of 1913 is definitely one of the worst winter storms in recorded history. Number 4 is the Great Blizzard of 1966 that occurred on January 27th through January 31st. This was indeed another nor'easter, and it heavily impacted a stretch of states from the central southeast all the way up through Canada, but it mainly impacted the states of Pennsylvania and New York. New York specifically saw some crazy snow accumulation of over 103 inches. That's an insane number that was caused by both a mixture of lake effect snow and the nor'easter itself. So you had like a double snow system. Yeah, a lot of snow. Now, technically this was only a Category 4 blizzard, not a Category 5, but it's still one of the deadliest in U.S. history, as it resulted in 201 fatalities. The freezing temperatures were likely the main factor in the high fatality rate for this winter storm. In fact, 40 of the deaths were fire-related when people tried sketchy ways to stay warm within their homes. Even in the southern states like Alabama saw record lows in the negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit range. Very cold. Moving on to number 3.
Yeah, I'll look in. But I know YouTube has made it tougher for ad blockers to work.
Number 3 is the tragic Great Appalachian Storm of 1950 that occurred in the latter half of November in 1950. This storm was widespread, impacting literally almost half of the United States. It impacted 22 states, and this was the very first storm to ever be called the Storm of the Century. Now, this wasn't just a blizzard, this was a whole system that impacted different states in different ways. The system initially formed off the coast of North Carolina and then traveled up through the Appalachians into the Ohio River Valley and then slowly dissipated over New England into Canada. On the eastern side of the Appalachians, there was heavy rain and extreme wind. In fact, there were some wind gusts that were measured over 160 miles per hour, which is
wow.
That's insane. The blizzard portion of the storm mostly occurred on the western side of the
Yeah, 160 miles an hour. That is some hurricane. What level of hurricane is that? Sheer curiosity. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Okay, 160. Oh, that is Category 5. Okay. So that would be, yeah. Ouch.
Appalachians, in places like Ohio and West Virginia. Peak snow accumulation was measured in Pickens, West Virginia at 57 inches. Similar to the last entry on this list, one of the more significant aspects of this storm were the record low temperatures it brought to the southeast. Places like Jacksonville, Florida dropped to 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and temperatures in Birmingham dropped all the way down to 5 degrees Fahrenheit. Some have called the Great Appalachian Storm of 1950 the worst to have ever hit the Ohio and Tennessee valleys. It might not be the worst, that's debatable, but it's definitely up there. In the end, there were 383 fatalities, making this winter storm one of the deadliest in recorded history. There were also major flooding problems that caused even more fatalities after all the snow melted. Number 2 on today's list is the Great Blizzard of 1888 that occurred.
Okay, well, we should talk about flooding after the snow melts. That's something a lot of people don't think about. But like where I lived in Oregon, I know, yeah, we lived on a hill, so I thought, yeah, we don't get flooding. That won't happen. We're on a hill. But then one winter we had plenty of snow, and then we had plenty of rain. Yeah, we were supposed to go to town with a friend one day. Go out, look, and the driveway is just flooded. And because it's coming down from the top of the hill all the way down, can't do anything about it. It's like, yeah, I'm not going anywhere.
From March 11th to March 15th. This blizzard featured peak snow accumulation of 58 inches, and the event resulted in a staggering 400 fatalities. Similar to previous entries on the list, this blizzard mainly impacted the Northeast, including the states of New Jersey, New York, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. People were stuck in their homes for weeks, and there were sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, creating snow drifts so high that they would cover entire homes. There were even snow drifts that were over 50 feet tall, like a typical two-story home is 25 feet. So can you imagine 50 feet? That's wild. It actually started off as a big rainstorm with temperatures around 30 to 40 degrees. However, as the system moved in, temperatures dropped to 8 degrees and the rain quickly turned into snow, and then snow fell for like the next 2 days. Pretty much every community in the Northeast had to stop for days on end. There were no rail lines, the telegraph lines were down, communication was impossible, the New York Stock Exchange closed for 2 days, something that wouldn't occur until Hurricane Sandy in 2012. It was quite the event. A large portion of the death toll came again from ships and boats off the coast that were caught off guard by the high waves and blizzard conditions, leading to them capsizing and eventually sinking. The Great Blizzard of 1888 remains, to this day, the deadliest winter storm in U.S. history.
Yeah, I think this is the one I was in.
And finally, number 1 is the 1993 Storm of the Century. This was a massive winter storm system that heavily impacted essentially half of the United States, from Florida and the southeast through the Appalachian Mountains, up the east coast into New England and portions of Canada.
Lots of blowing and drifting still with that gusty wind.
No, the one I was in was West Coast.
Blowing snow, and the winds are really fierce out here. The wind chills are down. I am really cold out here. And you can see that this is actually one of the smaller drifts. Behind me, 7 and 8 foot drifts.
To get an idea of the scale of this storm, take a look at this satellite imagery. This storm system is literally stretching from south of Mexico all the way up through Canada. Incredible. Peak snow accumulation occurred on Mount LeConte, Tennessee, with measurements up to 56 inches. This also had a low barometric pressure reading of 960 millibars, making it one of the more powerful systems on today's list. Overall, there were 318 fatalities, making it one of the deadliest not only blizzard in the US, but weather events in general in recent memory. People were stranded in the Appalachians. They needed to be rescued via helicopter. Roofs had caved in from the thick and heavy snow. On top of all the snow, there was frigid temperatures. Birmingham, Alabama got 13 inches of snow. Birmingham, Alabama, that's like the South, got 13 inches of snow, which would be crazy. I mean, that's like a bad snowstorm in Minneapolis. That's a crazy amount for Birmingham.
So sure you know just how bad this storm is. While Kevin was outside watching the anemometer in the office here, we had a wind gust of 52 miles per hour.
There was even a mini tornado outbreak embedded within a derecho, with at least 11 confirmed tornadoes, all of them touching down in the state of Florida. The strongest was an F2 that actually claimed 3 lives. Now, while F2 tornadoes are considered significant, it is rare for them to have that large of a death toll. There's also massive flooding and storm surge in Florida. Some areas on the coast were under 12 feet of water. 47 people in Florida perished due to flooding. So really, you have a massive blizzard, a derecho, a tornado outbreak, a storm surge similar to that of a hurricane, No wonder many have called it the perfect storm or the storm of the century. Now, this may not have as high of a death toll as the historic blizzard of 1888, but it's a much more recent event, and people were way more prepared. The fact that there was still a high death toll with this event just goes to show how dangerous it was. This is such a major winter event that it's impossible to properly cover it all in this video. It really deserves a video of its own, and I'm pretty sure there's already several YouTube videos about this event, and they're pretty good, so be sure to check those out. Now, here's something that's rather intriguing. Some say that this massive weather storm system, storm of the century blizzard tornado outbreak, could have been caused by a volcanic eruption. Yeah, specifically the 1991 eruption of Mount Pinatubo. This is due to volcanic ash and debris triggering a mini volcanic winter. Now, of course, a volcano is definitely not the only factor. There were many factors here at play, but some meteorologists do claim it could have played a pretty big role. Definitely one of the most significant weather events in the past 100 years, one that many will remember for quite some time. Have you ever seen that Stephen King miniseries called Storm of the Century? Whenever I hear about the 1993 Storm of the Century, I always think about that. It's really creepy, but it's kind of good. So there you have it. 10 historic, infamous U.S. blizzards.
Yeah, I saw the ending of that movie, did not like it. And, yeah, back to the show.
Which events did I miss? Which events would you have added? Do you remember any of these historic snowstorms? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for watching.
Get up, but I want to. Oh, Lala did become a hurricane. I heard it didn't actually make landfall though. Some people were saying Lala did not make landfall. I just want to do a quick search here, where it's not going to show up on the screen though, because I'm gonna do something. When the storm, I remember. See when. Okay. When did it happen? Okay. Okay. No, it's not. No, it was not. You dumb jerk. Yeah, okay, that was the biggest one, but there was Ow. It's not helping. It's being stupid and won't get past. Okay, well, let's go here. Maybe it will. No, okay, you're not telling me. I hate when it doesn't. It's ignoring what you're really asking. Yeah, no, this is so stupid. Okay, it's not going to tell me. Apparently, it will not tell me. Let me just. Oh, they're. Okay, they're lying. Ah. Well, okay, I'm not gonna find what I want. Oh well, this is just so rude. Okay, well look. Well, okay, we've got. But yeah, the biggest. Yeah, the snowstorm I remember that I cannot find. It was at least 8 feet overnight. That was the biggest snowstorm I was ever in. Yeah, I went to the living room door, which by the way was on a big covered porch. Open it, it's a wall of snow. Go to the kitchen door, which is part of the carport. Open the door, wall of snow. Yeah, it was just a wall of snow from the roof to the ground. Not going anywhere. Yes, we had a wood stove. And thankfully, the electricity stayed, so that was good. But yeah, after that kind of snowstorm, nothing much phases you. Like, yeah, no big deal. No big deal. Winter is winter. Let's see, a short video. Or, well, let's just watch a body cam. Let's look for a short body cam. No. Oh, that one's, yeah. Oh, that's the same guy. Oh, members only. Okay, so that was first. Okay. That's why. Yeah, no more shootings. Looking at the time. Yeah, I don't want any. Oh, there's a way to filter them by. No, because I'm not searching for them. Okay. Yeah, looking. Short ones. Now these look really short. Okay, what about Midwest Safety? Maybe they have short ones. I don't know why I'm so fascinated by body cams lately. Yeah. Oh, wait, no, that's members only. But, oh, Florida. Okay, this is going to take a couple minutes, like 4 minutes over. Oh, well. I want to see the Gator. I want to know cop versus Gator. Who wins? I want to see.
The Democrats are trying to take over Texas because
$5 on the Gator.
Transformative policies. The Democrats.
Yeah, cover them up.
You get a trash can.
That thing looks angry.
It's pissed. It's not happy. The problem is the wind is blowing in. Nah.
Swamp pup. Oh yes, I forget they're called swamp puppies.
Do you have your patrol blanket? That big wool blanket?
Yeah.
Grab that. Here, Jasmine. Throw this on my truck. These guys are wily.
I never caught one this big.
Once you're on him, we'll be fine. But you gotta go. Once you get his face covered, it'll be easy. It'd be really easy if we can get a catch pole.
That's not fun. I want to see Kyle in his natural element. You gotta take your vest and your shirt off.
Should I? Throw me that stick. Don't piss him off. We're about to. He's already gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Get him to tire out.
Yeah, wear him out.
You guys called? Oh no.
Oh no.
What is that?
Is that a blanket?
The big wool one.
This is what they gave me. Joey, don't you do this for a living?
Hey, we do this for fun. The wind's blowing. I want him to
What you need me to do?
We're just trying to cover his head up, and then Kyle's gonna jump on him.
You want me to call SPC or no?
Alright. I don't know where the exact head is though.
Oh!
Right there. Back off.
Hold on, let me get my gloves on. I'm with you, Kyle. I've always wanted to do this.
That tail is
Do we have to say yeehaw?
Okay.
I've never done this. I'm from New York.
Yeah, so I was right. The alligator won the first round. Hey, Trout. But yeah, you notice I was right. The alligator won the first round.
Let's go, baby.
Tape.
You have duct tape? You have duct tape?
We just have to tape that mouth. That's the thing.
Where is
You just jump on like that, right?
Where is the water
So-
at? Right out there?
There's no water here. The closest water is that, and I'm sure they don't want it there. He might be over the threshold. We can call FWC and they'll come pick him up. It's got to be 5 foot. Perfect. That'll work. Yeah, that'll work.
Where do you want me, Kyle?
So, what we're gonna do when I go, basically everybody else just hold him down.
Okay, so he doesn't roll.
You want to grab the back of the head and I'll try to pin them out?
I should really be watching
Yeah.
this with
I
ice
don't wait for my
cream.
Florida man credentials.
He's getting pissed.
He knows I'm coming. He knows you're here too. This is what I live for.
I wonder if I can use the blanket to wrap his head a little bit.
He's probably gonna thrash, no?
Do you want another blanket or no? Because Olivia might have one.
Yeah. Let's get another big, thick blanket. Let me try to get this edge underneath his jaw. Maybe we can get lucky here. Yeah, calm down. Nope.
She's just coming in the gate.
Ooh, they growl like that?
Yeah.
When they're that small?
Yeah.
You don't want back in that corner, though, do you? Kyle, grab his tail.
Yeah, and the alligator just won round 2.
We are fishing wildlife.
He's gonna just keep going back. He ain't got no reason to go forward.
Kyle, grab that tail and just yeet him out of there.
Yeah, see, what you do is you get like
Ooh, he might be,
a
that might be
trash
good
can or
spot.
'Cause then he
something
can't
for him
turn
to
on
go
you, right?
into.
Yeah, back him up, Pope. I'll back up a little bit. Back him up.
The reason why I wanted the wool blanket is because it's heavier. It'll actually do what I'm trying to get it to do. This is so light it just blows in the breeze.
Sorry. Olivia's bringing hers too.
Hang on. He's in a bad spot. That's not a good spot. Go calm down.
I want to do that one time.
You need duct tape. What was that, medical tape?
That's it. You can use like Scotch tape damn near.
Oh, okay.
Girl, what do you keep jumping for? Just keep doing that. We'll get tired. Oh no, you're so big and bad. Damn, I need that heavier blanket.
Do you have another blanket?
Come give it a shot. No! How many people got to ask for a wool blanket? It's literally supposed to be in your car.
That's what they gave us.
You got a baton?
Oh, right here.
I think Wait, I gotta show my best friend.
Can we stop taking pictures and get a wool blanket from somewhere, please? There we go.
All right, pull him out.
Don't. You gotta be able to move fast.
Do.
Is there a wool blanket anywhere?
No, that's what they give us.
Hang on, we gotta pull the blanket down on the side. It's about to come up. This dude's pissed.
Hey, hard headed.
There's a bigger wool blanket that they used to give out. That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's all they give out nowadays.
Let's try it again. His head's right here. Yep. Yep.
He can't bite you through the blanket, Kyle.
Yes, he can.
He's getting tired. Yeah.
I think crocodiles have a stronger PSI, jaw strength, but alligators still have enough to bite through a blanket. Like, and the guy's complaining of thin blanket. Yes, he can bite through it, no problem.
Oh, that was a quick turn. All right, I'm gonna yank him out. You ready?
Yeah. You gotta do it fast. Just do it fast. He's gonna whip back. Grab the blanket.
Does he feel like he's loading up? Yeah, he's loading up right now.
It's too much wind.
Here, do you want to get him out here?
Yeah.
I got him.
He's tired now.
All right, that's good.
If you can.
Damn!
Throw that
Dude, Shields is a little scared.
I'm not scared. I'm jacked up. If they were scared, I'd be scared. Now, if he chases me, I'm gonna be scared.
He ain't gonna chase you.
Oh no.
This blanket's too light. Yeah, I know. You're so big and bad. Somebody to hand it to us when we're ready.
You want one of these sticks?
He's probably gonna whip one more time. Nope.
Shields, you want one of these?
Okay. Like, what you do is you come and get on top of him. Like, do not grab him by the tail, because that he can still get you. Like, what is this? Or do they not have like a cape or something?
I got a heavier blanket. The residents gave it to us.
That's amazing.
They said we could keep it.
As long as it's heavier, yes, it's much heavier. There we go. That's a heavier blanket. That's not going over.
Yeah, but you should fold it up more.
I'm so nervous.
I can lift his jaw up again and then grab it. So, because when you have both the bottom and the top is when you have the most control.
When he grabs it, though, you've got to pin his body. I'm picking his tail up so he can't use his tail.
I'm jumping on him?
Do not get bit, please.
No, I don't.
We'll do that.
Okay.
Keep the
Yeah.
tail.
Someone should have a first aid kit
Sorry,
ready
you can't
too,
see
by
still.
the way.
We're good. We're good. We're good. No, we're good.
You could low-key wrap that around his jaw.
That's what I'm trying to do.
There you go. Now Kyle, try to get it out.
Hang on, he's backing up.
Be careful.
Okay.
Damn, dude.
Also, if you want to wrap it around his jaws to keep him from biting, you put one end of the blanket over him instead, and then you can wrap the rest around. Putting the middle of it on him, then you gotta wrap both ends around him, and it's not gonna be as effective. What? Yeah, I know stuff, okay? This is simple physics.
Cooperate with me, my guy.
Tying stuff over with blankets. Nothing. Nothing about nothing.
He's getting tired.
Yeah, see, now you...
Hang on.
Hold on me.
I got his head. Pope.
Very good.
This tape is ripping very easily.
Yeah, it's okay.
Anyone have duct tape? Anyone have duct tape? Duct tape?
Well, we got him now. It's okay.
Oh, it's like coming right off though.
Yeah. Don't make me move my hands. So you only need 15 pounds of pressure to close a gator's jaw.
That's it?
Yeah.
This guy's also about, what, 6 years old?
Is that
Stop taking
true?
my thumb. That's his nose right here. This is where he breathes.
Okay. Gators grow about a foot every year that they're alive for the first 8 years, and then after that, they grow an inch or two a year. So
Oh,
the real
perfect.
big
You got
gators you see,
duct tape on 'em.
they're 40, 50, 60 years old. That's perfect. Yeah. Here.
Oh.
We'll take pictures here in a minute.
Look at his eyeballs.
We'll relocate him to one of the...
I know. How much do you want to do?
Keep going. Give me one more good rep. All right. Cool.
That was great, guys.
Yeah.
You're gonna need probably 2 people to carry him.
No, his mouth is closed. He's done. He can thrash around
Just
all he wants.
drag him by his tail. We're gonna pull him right back here, and then we'll go to the cage.
Let's put the blanket back over his face. Calm him down.
If we need to tape his arms,
They have a cage. Why did?
You're not under arrest. You're just being detained.
Okay,
Like his hand.
All the way underneath.
Like this.
if there's a cage, why didn't they grab the cage and get him into the cage?
10:15 to the nearest lake.
Could they not transport the cage? Is it part of the vehicle or something?
Yeah.
Because if you have a portable cage, bring the cage to the gator and
Sorry to get
yeah, just put it in there.
like this. We tried to handcuff him, it didn't work.
It's okay. Yeah, he's good now.
Pull his mouth, Shoni.
Yeah, somebody here's trying to put in for the egg. So.
As the officers get ready to take a group picture, the gator realizes he's camera shy.
Dave down.
Oh,
I got it. Dave down.
The officers transport the gator to a nearby body of water and get ready to release him.
once the tape's off, you're gonna get off. I'm gonna let go.
Go ahead and get off. We got him. All right, on the count of 3.
Hold on, I don't have anywhere to go.
You want to get over here with me? Let go. Damn, nice on 3, bud.
Sorry. He was rolling, or he was freaking rolling.
I want him to go in the water. Tap his tail. Yeah, he's pissed. He's not very happy. Yeah, go on. Come on.
Come on, Bubba.
Come on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, this is the nearest body of water to where we found him. Keep going.
Where he came from.
Keep going.
There you
Yeah.
go. Bye, buddy.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice and healthy and gone. Scene secure.
The gator was charged with reptilian curiosity and subsequently sentenced to a safe, healthy life in the waters of Florida. See you later, alligator.
And I know somebody's watching this probably wondering, where's FWC? Well, Fish and Wildlife generally considers an alligator a nuisance if it's at least 4 feet long and believed to pose a threat to people, pets, or property. This one was about 5.5 feet long, and he decided an apartment hallway was apparently a good place to be. From the way these officers are talking to each other, at least a couple of them sound pretty comfortable dealing with gators. Now, a catch pole would have made this a whole lot easier because it lets you secure the animal while keeping some distance, but they appear to not have one. So now it's blankets, teamwork, and a little bit of patience and hoping that this gator cooperates. Now, truthfully, I've actually filmed some of my parts for these videos in places where alligators are pretty common. And I can tell you straight up, after everything I've dealt with during my police career, I can tell you right now, I'd take a person in handcuffs over wrestling a gator any day.
There are trucks.
Okay.
And then there's the 2026 GMC Sierra. It's the truck.
Yeah, I think that was a good one to end on. And yeah, so it sounds, yeah, would have to check, but it looks like the gator won at least the first 3 rounds. Maybe, yeah, I'd have to rewatch it. Anyways, that's, let me switch to the ending. Where is it? There we go. I know that's near nighttime. Ain't nighttime yet. No, and I'm not going to raid at right now because I got a bunch of housework to do and stuff right away, so I don't have time. But I appreciate you all coming to stop by and watch. And I hope your Monday isn't too bad. Remember, we're here to kick Monday's butt, not let it kick ours. So take care, everyone. I will see you guys later. Wednesday for streaming again. Take care and God bless.